You know, for some, this is a movie. But for me, it's the worst action movie of the year! Red Dawn 2012. This is a remake of the movie Red Dawn from 1984, which starred Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen. And I've never seen the original Red Dawn, so I don't know how good that movie is, but I've heard a lot of critics say that it was a very good movie for its time. This movie, unfortunately, is bullshit. This is such a crappy ass action movie. It's the worst action movie of the year I've ever seen. Worse than Cold Hard Light of Day. Just to say how bad this is. Because I gave that movie, it was like a 3 out of 10, I think. So let's start off with who the actors are. We got Chris Hemsworth as Jed, Josh Peck from Nickelodeon, Drake and Josh as Matt, Josh Hutcherson as Robert, Andronidi Palicki, who was Wonder Woman at one time in a very bad Wonder Woman series. She's now Tony Walsh in this. And Isabel Lucas plays Erica, Josh Peck's girlfriend. And Brett Cullen, who's Josh and Matt's dad. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan is Tanner. He's a Marine. Comes up later on in the movie. And yeah, this movie is garbage. It is total terrible. Basically, the plot is America is invaded by North Korea. And the reason for the invasion that the North Koreans have, at least the propagandist reason as to why they're invading us, is because how Wall Street controls this country, and I guess they feel they want to liberate us. Which, I mean, yeah, Wall Street, it does control America, but that's kind of a stupid bullshit reason to invade us. And Chris Hemsworth character, Jed, Matt, Josh Hutcherson's character, Robert, and Tony, them and a couple other kids, they start this own little resistance, calling themselves the Wolverines. Isabella's character, Erica, gets captured by the North Koreans, and so does Tom Eckert, Brett Cullen's character, Jed Matt's father. The mayor gets captured. His son becomes one of the Wolverines. And basically, you do get to see Tom Eckert's character dies. That's not a spoiler, that's actually in the trailer. And yeah, I am going to give away one big spoiler in this review, so when I get to that spoiler, I'll tell you. And probably put a little counter area where you can fast forward to see my rating. Obviously you can tell I'm giving this a bad rating. And so yeah, North Koreans invade, and Tom Eckert's character gets killed in the invasion because the Wolverines start creating a resistance, and this gets the North Koreans pissed off. They capture Brett Cullen and the mayor and bring them to where they've learned the Wolverines are, and use them as hostages to try to get the Wolverines to come out. And they kill Tom Eckert's character when he says to kill this piece of shit, and kills him back, and then the North Koreans kill his character off right in front of them. And of course that makes him stronger, creating the resistance even more. And you know what? The characters, Josh Peck's character and Josh Hudson's character, they're both really not very likable. And Josh Peck's character is not very good as I think as a quarterback in the football team. And Jed is a Marine himself. Robert and Matt, they're just high school kids, and then yeah, Erica's a high school kid. And obviously, Andronidi Palicki's there to be the love interest to Jed. And this movie was badly directed. You get a lot of shaky cam in this film. Action scenes are not done very well. We have a villain. Will Yun Lee plays the villain, Captain Chow. And yeah, he's sinister looking. He looks evil, but really, I really don't care too much about this villain. Obviously I didn't like him. He's very sinister looking and everything, but yeah, he seems to be more of a henchman more than the main villain. I mean, obviously he's the main villain, because he controls the state of Washington area, which is where they invade. And eventually, the Wolverines get a chance to rescue Erica's character, Isabel Lucas's character. And when Matt rescues her, one of the Wolverines gets killed in the process. I don't even know which one it is that gets killed. And I could tell, I saw which one gets killed, but I didn't realize his name, really. And Jed gets all mad about the fact that one of them died because Matt went to get his girlfriend out of the bus that the North Koreans were transporting her in. And they learn from, then we get to see these other 3 Marines show up later on looking for the Wolverines, led by Jeff Dean Morgan's character. And basically, they go to the Wolverines for help to get like this special equipment that the North Koreans have. Apparently, we learned that the North Koreans had it was like electronic pulse breaking equipment, which is what creates a blackout in part of the United States and enabled the North Koreans to invade, and that's why you don't see the National Guard anywhere until, I guess, until these 3 Marines show up. So I was like wondering, when the hell's the National Guard through this whole invasion? So the Marines and the Wolverines join forces to get a radio or whatever and infiltrate the North Koreans. Took over a police station that Jed and Matt's dad works at. He is the chief of police. And they have this big climax there, and obviously, spoiler alert, the main villain dies in the climax. Captain Chow, he dies. And they are able to get whatever they need from there. And we also learn that the Russians are also helping the North Koreans and take over. Captain Chow dies, and they get the radio back. So I'm getting into spoiler territory now. And when they get back to their home base, during the climax, one of the kids got hurt very badly. And when he got hurt, apparently he got a tracer in him, and this leads North Koreans to where the Wolverines are. And unfortunately, here's the big spoiler. Don't want to hear this. But this really made me hate the movie totally in the garbage. Chris Hemsworth. Dead. What? You kill off your main character, Chris Hemsworth? You kill off the lead actor in your action film. Garbage! Ugh, I hate this movie! I hate this movie. I didn't like this movie from the beginning, but when I saw Chris Hemsworth die, I was like, oh, that totally killed it. Total garbage. I didn't care about what was going to happen afterwards. And then I see Josh Peck making the same freedom speech that Chris Hemsworth made in the beginning of the film. It's like, oh man, you're kidding me? He's now taking over. It's not Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character taking over the Wolverines. No, he goes off and spreads the resistance off somewhere else. Seriously? Oh man, that's total garbage. So rating, 1 out of 10. You know, I was thinking of 2 out of 10, but I'm going to go for the 1 out of 10. This does not make it the worst movie of the year. There's one other movie that I feel that's worse than this that I've seen already that I want to put as worst movie of the year, but it's very high up there. So yeah, don't see Red Dawn. Garbage. This was made back in 2010, and it's just coming out now because of the problems with MGM. And you know what? I should have just taken it off the shelf and threw it in the garbage can because it's just total garbage. It's terrible.